Welcome to West Texas Droning. Your remote controller battery level is low. What will you do? Thank you. Thank you very much. Everybody, West Texas Droning here. Talk about a subject that you may have not considered. You probably say it could happen, but it's not as common as other issues like battery voltage on your drone. Your controller will tell you, well, you've got low voltage or low battery power on your drone, and you need to think about bringing it back. And then a little bit later, it says, I'm going to bring it back. It starts to return to home, and it gets to a point where the battery's so low, if you keep overriding it, that it just lands, and you've got to do the walk of shame and go find it. Well, what happens if that happens to your controller? How do you tell? Well, if you push the power button on your controller, you get some lights there, 1, 2, 3, or 4, and each light represents 25% charge on your battery. So if it's 4 lights, you've got 100%, 2 lights, 50%, and so on. You probably all know that. And you know that on your controller, you can check your battery voltage on your drone under your safety check, or, easy. Just like your controller, if you just click the power button on your battery, it shows you its charge level. Is there any way to see the exact percentage charge level on your controller battery? Well, there's a screenshot, and it does give you, instead of looking at the lights, it gives you an actual percentage of charge of your controller battery. Well, how do you get to that? I'll show you a little brief demo on how you get to this if you want to look at it, and you can get an actual percentage, like is it 75, is it 78, is it 72% charged, exactly what is it besides looking at the little lights. And here's your controller screen. You swipe down and you go to the little bolt up there in the corner, or the cog, whatever you want to call it. You click that, and then up in the right hand corner you can see the actual voltage percentage charge on your controller battery, and that's a pretty good thing to have. Now, let's say you're just flying around, you've got your controller, you're watching it, you're watching your drone. Do you know if your controller power gets low without just looking at the lights? Is there anything else? Well, according to Grok, the controller will warn you when it gets a low battery. And what happens, you get a message on the screen, you get a series of beeps that are really annoying, and the status light turns yellow and starts flashing. You can cancel this if you want to, but when your battery gets critically low, which is less than 5%, it can't be canceled, and you should land and recharge it immediately. Now, when you get that, does it do anything with your drone? And I ask it, well, does that mean that it'll tell you to land your drone? And according to Grok, no, it won't. When your controller dies, it just dies, and it just leaves your drone out hanging. It relies on the fact that you have it set up on your drone that if it loses contact with the controller, it'll do a fail-safe return to home. So let's take a look at how this works. This is the screen recording of my controller. It's not hooked up to a drone. It's in camera mode with just nothing to see. And I've been running it for a long time, just sitting there. There's the warning. You get a remote controller battery level low warning there. And I wanted to let you know by that graphic there that it was exactly 12 minutes from the time that I got the initial warning until it just quit on me. And you'll see that happen in just a second. And what you see on the screen recording is that everything just stops. And if you're doing a screen recording and it runs out of battery, what happens to the recording? Well, you're watching it. So it stops recording, but you still can retrieve the recording and view it. What's it look like on the controller itself? Well, here's recording, and there's the beeping, which you can cancel once. But if it gets below 5%, you can't, and this is what it does. It just shuts it down and quits. Now, you also do get warnings on your controller for overheat conditions, so I thought I'd tell you that too, in case you're interested about it. So, we know that there are certain time limits on each controller, RC controller type, on battery power, and I asked Rock to give me a rundown. What does those look like? How do those compare? And surprisingly, the DJI RC-N2 has the most time on the battery if it's not charging your iPhone. If you're using an iPhone or another video phone, something like that, and it's being charged by the DJI RC-N2, that'll cut that time. But it's 6 hours. The DJI RC Pro 2 and the DJI RC batteries are 4 hours. The N3 is 3.5 hours, and the DJI RC2 is 3 hours. So, thought that'd be interesting information if you ever wanted to think about it. I don't know if you've ever worried. We worried about drone battery charge, but not that much about the controller. And I don't know if anybody's ever reported I've seen anything on any drone web pages or YouTube things where their controller went dead. Now, some guys have turned it off to see what happens. Sean the drone did that on one of his tests. He just shut the RC controller off to see if his drone did do the return to home, and it did. So that's something to keep in mind. But you do get a low battery warning, and then it does an automatic shutdown, which should trigger a return to home on your drone. So with that in mind, remember we talked about watching the videos on your big screen TV? I've got one for you. You might want to watch today that way. Here's a nice fly around video with my Air 3. So again, we're just going to fly around and not do a lot of narration. And so we're executing a return to home and land. And down we are. So anyway, I hope you like the bit about the controller battery warning. It's probably not something you see very often, but might know it's there. I don't want to be caught by surprise the first time it comes on when you're using it. But the surprising thing to me about it is when your controller is losing power, it gives you a warning that it's in trouble, but it doesn't give you any suggestions about your drone. I guess it just leaves that up to you. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. We ask that you like, comment, share, subscribe, give us the thumbs up, ring the bell. We appreciate you coming by. Come back real soon, and God bless.